Settled next to the Willamette River, Autzen Stadium is a jewel in the Pacific Northwest, and the flock of ducks that call it home have made this one of the most challenging places for any team to come calling. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Michigan State Spartans, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Spartans will kick it away to start us off. And he's going to run it back. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So the Oregon Ducks return team will have that offense backed up. And here comes this quarterback. This entire offense is built around him. He is the engine of the entire team.
I mean, he's the leader. He's the alpha. Everybody looks towards him. He's been doing it all year long. Everybody believes in this young man. Big opportunity, big stage.
First down for the offense. Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20, a pickup of 5.
Well, nice job there by the running back. They toss it to him, and he's able to kind of weave his way for a very good gain for this offense.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The defensive front had that one smelled out from the beginning, and the fullback went fully backward.
Nowhere to go. That's a quick-hitting play. Till you get the ball to the fullback, you're trying to get him downhill to hit somebody fast. Nowhere to go.
Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. Wide out in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs. The Spartans offense will get the ball for the first time. When a guy gets off the ball as quickly as he does, you know he's going to be breathing down your neck, and you got to get rid of it, Jesse.
This quarterback's good, but he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. That's a big matchup in this game.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
When linebackers blitz, not only do they have to be able to beat offensive linemen, but they're going to have to beat running backs and tight ends. You've got to have moves in your repertoire, and that linebacker showed that there.
Now the play fake. Escapes the sack. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
This offense may want to take note of where this guy is lining up because he's got 2 sacks now in the first 2 plays of the game. He's wrecking this thing before it's even getting underway.
Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. I think the one thing you can say here, Jesse, is that both defenses have done a pretty good job mitigating damages.
Yeah, and on that last drive, not getting it on fourth basically only cost you 3 points. That's the good news. Let's just turn the page, David, and move on.
So I think you can still be aggressive. You can still go for it on fourth down. Now you know you can trust your defense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Looking for a productive play on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Going for the big play. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And this defense picking up right where it left off. Last week put a great game together. Really shut down an opponent. Now you can tell, man, they're going to make you earn everything you get. And this offense is going to have to find a way to find some holes because we haven't seen them the last couple of weeks.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Fires into traffic, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
He's right on target. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home.
And that's why it's so important to get it to your guys quickly. It's just a simple hitch route. But because the quarterback didn't hesitate, he put it on him right away. He had space.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Smarty. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
10, Oregon, 0.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive, David.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
And the Ducks want to move quickly. It's not just a dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history, and just like now, just in the recent history, Bo Nix, another one of those guys that's put up big numbers.
Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Quarterbacks have a hard job. They've got to drop back and try to see the whole field and then see the rush coming to him. But you can tell he did a really good job scrambling outside the pocket, improvising,
and the pass hits, picked off. Got room on the return. The 40, at the 30. He's at the 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Spartans.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Jolly. And he'll take this return and get out of bounds, and that'll do it for the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Michigan State has to lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity.
17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something in.
The Ducks trying to win the day by running for another first down.
Run the football. It's always been the staple. We can go back as far as you want with Oregon teams. The ones that were good, they were built on the running of the football, the physicalness. Run the ball, baby.
Here comes the hurry up. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Gets it out quickly. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. The Ducks in the hurry up.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Looking to move it through the air. Trying to get to it. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And that's now their third sack of the game. This is one of the best units in the entire country getting after the quarterback. They have done such a great job recruiting athletes up front and in their front 7. They can blitz, they can rush you with 4, with 3, but they've got dudes that can beat you one-on-one, and you're seeing that in this game.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what they did.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. He's looking downfield to throw. He's going to take off and couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down. The Spartans will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Boots' first of the day away, was called on 4 times in the victory last week. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking in this one.
Nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now, chip into this lead, try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, you know, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
Across the 15. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
I I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Nobody open, he just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
I think the biggest issue in the passing game for this offense has been accuracy, right? The last time this guy took the field, he completed less than 50% of his throws, and you're seeing that again in this game. Just hasn't been able to put the ball where he wants it to go.
And he could not get loose on the run.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Makes the catch. It's Duarte. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The offense failed to convert on fourth down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. Try to get it on the ground. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! That, his 40th career touchdown run.
This guy's had a lot of success throughout his career, but 40 touchdowns is something that's pretty commendable, David. He continues to challenge himself each and every game and every year to get better.
Yeah, just the consistency has been so impressive. The offense is built around him. Like, he's going to get the football, he's going to be featured, and still finds the end zone week after week.
Here comes the offense on first down. He's going to pass. Quick strike complete. Still running at the 40. He's out of bounds after a really nice game, but there is a marker on the field.
Roughing the pass. Defense.
You just can't hit the quarterback like that. The defender got caught red-handed. The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up the sack.
On second down, he'll let it fly. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
Well, when you're throwing these out routes, guys, it's location, location, location. As a QB, you've got to put that out in front of your guy so he can make the catch. You put that behind him, that might be getting picked. Nice job there by the QB.
They'll go to the air on third and short. And it's picked off. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
Man, that is picture-perfect cover zero. When I play cover zero, I'm bringing pressure, and that ball's going to come out. Look at the defense. Ready for that ball to come out of the quarterback's hand. Nice job breaking on the football and going and making the interception.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart. If you're going to be aggressive with your decision now.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Off the play fake on first down to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Ducks!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the offense has done its job. They have the lead, and they'll secure it as we head to halftime. Content to run out the clock, the quarterback takes a knee. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Ducks will line up to kick off and start the second half. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hip.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out of the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
He's got it. Nothing but green ahead. The 10.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And the returner is stopped. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stock follow and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight.
Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
He's just Johnny on the spot. Now his second interception of the game, doing a great job reading the quarterback's eyes, and he's just been in the right place at the right time making plays.
Quarterback on the keeper. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Really, really nice football play. Man, I got to understand option football. I got to play my responsibility, make sure that I know what I'm doing. Look at the linebacker. Great job doing that. Staying patient, getting to the quarterback, making the big tackle.
On second down, wants to throw it. Got his man in the middle. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. The Spartans very efficient with this passing game.
You like that, Reese? You like that? I think so. This is an offense that, listen, when you've got a guy back there, they can be efficient. Make no mistake, they're going to run the football, but when you get that Kirk Cousins guys, you start to really like the offense.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Off play action. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. He's already put 3 on the board earlier, this time a 38-yard try. Oh, and he missed it. No good. Guys, a double-digit lead is good, but more would have been better. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Didn't get anything on that last run. Now 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's out past the 35. Can anyone catch him? Past the 20. Touchdown, Oregon! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Air Force is down, but they are not out of it. Not there in Colorado Springs, one of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Hawaii. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Grabbed over the middle. It's Brown. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. New set of downs after that completion. They'll throw it on first down. He's got his man. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in your kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drags and ends, because now I'm in chase mode, and the QB has a little bit of space a lot of times, and those fast guys can create some separation and get a first down like they did there.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
And he was able to get back on top of his own fumble.
When you're a return specialist, you're trying to make huge plays. You only get a couple cracks out of the game. You want to make something happen. Unfortunately, he put on the turf. At least his team recovered. but I will say this. The conversation on the sideline, it won't be fun with the special teams coach.
And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. Off the play fake on first down. Now adjusting. He'll throw one to his right. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32. That's the end of the quarter, and Michigan State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Ward. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make it.
Headed to the end zone. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. And the Ducks want to crank the tempo. They'll keep it on the ground to the left, stiffing the goal line. Touchdown, Ducks! They move on top here in the 4th.
Man, I love this offense, being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And the returner goes down. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and done.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful, and you're making me honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game. So I like when offenses commit to the running the football, no matter what the outcome is, because those body blows do add up.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. He's looking to throw it. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
One of my coaches always used to say, don't turn a bad play into a catastrophe. Sometimes you just got to throw the football away. Sometimes you got to tuck the football down and run. QB standing back in the pocket, sitting there with the ball exposed. Sometimes it leads to a fumble.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that 1st down.
Knocked off his feet.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
Fast motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting him to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the 1st down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
Head coach going to keep the offense on the field and go for it on 4th and goal. The give. He's not going to get there, and they'll have to give up the football.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
They've got him pinned back, and they're trying to rattle their ear. Couldn't fight his way out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety.
And that's a big-time play by this defense. When you needed it the most in the 4th quarter, this game is super close. It's tight. Not only do you make a play and get a stop, you put points on the board and you get the football back with a chance to salt this football game away. That's how defenses step up late in games.
The offense likely to lean on the run to milk this clock. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. That one comes out hot down the right side. Hit the afterburners, kid. Ripped off a huge sharp play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And it's caught for a touchdown, and that might do it. How about this? These guys are going for 2. Motion from the offense. Looking to throw. He's got it. Two-point try is good as they build on this lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, David.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some 1st downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Caught near the sideline, it's Brown. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play. A new set of downs after the completion. Comes out throwing on 1st down. He's going up top here late in the game. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give-up or a chuck-it-up and hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation, now I'm on defense, right? If they're going to take shots down the field, maybe I'm a little bit more aggressive with my blitz, understanding that everything's going to take a little bit more time to develop if they're going to take those deep shots.
They're going to throw it again. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Oregon! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Awesome job by the linebacker there in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, spying the QB, knowing where that ball was going to get thrown, and then the ball scores just to pluck it out of the air and take it back for a touchdown. Awesome work.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, Don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation.